I want to see how you answer this next one.
Okay.
All right, this is from Vanessa, Pastor Steve. She's 10.
Okay.
She says, can you tell me about the book of Revelation?
Oh, hi, Vanessa. That's a big question. So the book of Revelation is about the last 7 years on earth, right before Jesus comes back. And so when you're reading in the book of Revelation, it's about a number of things that are going on the earth right before the Lord's going to come and take over and basically become king of the planet. He's going to become king of the earth. And so there are some judgments that are taking place, and judgments mean bad things that are happening. And so there's some wars that are going to be taking place, and there's going to be some, what people would call catastrophes. So the Bible talks about like an asteroid hitting the ocean and that kind of thing, and it talks about different judgments on the ocean and judgments on the land and trees burning up and grass burning up and those kinds of things. It can be a pretty scary thing. And it talks about a bad guy that rises up, the Antichrist, and he rises up and tries to make everybody turn against Jesus and all the things that happen with him. And at the very same time, there's lots of people who come to know Jesus and they follow him faithfully. And so there's a back and forth that's going on for those 7 years. And at the end of the 7 years, Jesus comes back and he delivers everybody. He comes back like a hero. And he comes back with you and with me, the Bible says. If we're following Jesus, we go home to be with the Lord, and then he comes back with us, and we get to, the Bible says, rule and reign with him. That means I'm going to be reigning with Jesus as a prince, and you're going to be reigning with Jesus as a princess. That's kind of a cool thing. And so that's the book of Revelation.
So for us that are Christians now, do we go through that? Are we in a separate place for the tribulation?
Yeah. When you look at what happens with Christians now, we're called the church, which is also called the bride of Christ, or the wife of the Lamb. And when you see the church pictured in the book of Revelation, the church is always up in heaven. And so we go, before this whole thing starts, Jesus promised that he would deliver us from the hour of trial that was going to come on the whole earth, talking about all the bad things that are going to happen. And so the Bible says that Jesus is going to come back, and we're going to hear the voice of an archangel and the trumpet of God, and then we're going to be grabbed, and we're going to be taken up with Jesus to be in heaven. And for those 7 years, we'll have, front row seats on what's going on here on the earth. And then at the end, in Revelation 19, it says that we're there with Jesus and we come back with him. And he comes and rules and reigns on the earth. And then I left out one part. He rules and reigns for 1,000 years, and at the end of the 1,000 years, he makes a new heaven and he makes a new earth, and that's the end of it all. We're with Jesus forever. So
that's going to be an awesome time.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
All right, Vanessa, thanks for asking the question. That's an awesome question.